Welcome. Let's talk about something I think we've all felt, that sinking feeling when a project just descends into total chaos. Today, we're going to break down exactly why that happens, and more importantly, what you can actually do about it.
Now, I want to start with an idea that might feel a little counterintuitive. Just let this sink in for a second. If your project feels chaotic, it's probably not because the people on your team are incompetent.
And here's the uncomfortable truth. The real reason for the chaos, it's because the key decisions, the things that unlock all the work, they just aren't getting to the people on the ground who actually need to act on them. That's the real bottleneck.
So let's dig into that feeling, because I'm willing to bet this next part is going to sound painfully familiar to a lot of you.
Okay, so picture this. It all starts out so promising, right? You're in the meeting, the energy's good, ideas are bouncing around,
And you look around the room and people are nodding their heads. You feel that buzz. It feels like you've finally done it. You've got everyone on the same page.
the action items are crystal clear, they're written down, they're assigned, the whole shebang. You leave that meeting feeling on top of the world thinking, finally, we're going to make some real progress now.
And then crickets. You get back to your desk, a week goes by, and absolutely nothing has changed. Sound familiar?
And that is the soul-crushing reality of this loop, isn't it? You end up dealing with the exact same problems, the same delays, the same old confusion. It feels like you're just running on a hamster wheel, going absolutely nowhere.
But what if we've been looking at this all wrong? What if the issue isn't a people problem, but a problem of flow? This right here is the critical shift in thinking. On the surface, it feels like a motivation problem. It's so easy to think, my team just isn't doing what they agreed to. But what if what's really happening is a broken flow problem? What if it's an issue with the system, not the people?
So what do we even mean by that? Well, broken flow is what happens when information is moving around. We're having the meetings, we're sending the emails, but the critical decisions get stuck somewhere. They don't complete the journey. And when decisions don't flow, work dies on the vine.
Okay, so how do we fix this? How do we get those decisions moving again? It turns out there's a communication framework for this called the Impact Blueprint, and it's designed specifically to get that flow working again. And here's how you can use it. First, you start with a hook. You state an uncomfortable truth to get people's attention. Second, you relate. You paint that familiar picture of stalled work so they're all nodding and saying, yep, that's my life. Third, you reveal the core insight. It's not our people, it's our process. And finally, you illustrate with one concrete, undeniable example of where a decision got stuck.
So let's see what that looks like in a really high-stakes environment. This whole idea actually came from managing these massive oil and gas projects. We're talking billions of dollars, thousands of people. And the situation was exactly what we've been talking about. Engineers and managers would agree on plans, but out on the rigs, execution would just fail, constantly. The big breakthrough wasn't about firing anyone, it was realizing that key engineering decisions just weren't reaching the front lines. They fixed how those decisions traveled, and that's when the chaos turned into actual progress.
And that brings us to the big takeaway here. This is the mental shift that you have to make to move your own projects from chaos to clarity.
So the crucial thing to realize is that this isn't about needing more authority or being a tougher manager. It's about becoming a better systems thinker. It's about fixing the communication pathways so that work can just flow.
If you remember just one thing from our time today, please let it be this. Fix how decisions travel, not who makes them.
So as we wrap up, I'll leave you with a question to really think about. Take a good, hard look at your team, your projects, your company, and ask yourself, where is the flow broken in my work?